hugely engaged. Right, so the slip was there for ornamental purposes.
Yeah.
After a swing and a miss that nearly hit an edge, out goes the slip, comes into short mid-wicket.
Watch this fly through the slips. Though.
I know, absolutely. Archer in, cut away, down towards deep backward point. It'll just be the one run. As it's flung in by Jacob Bethel, and Pakistan are underway. What? Just explain that to me. What is? You see it happen all the time. Slip for a couple of balls.
Oh, it's because then if it swings or nips, then your slips there for when a batter is first thing, because you don't know what it's going to do either as a bowler.
One's nipped a bit.
Yeah,
back
but
a bit. Somebody's not gone away.
Yeah, no, I think it's the what's it going to do to the left-hander and have a look.
Oh, slip back for the left-hander because he's getting it to go across.
Have a look now, see if it's going to do anything to the left-hander. Wasn't doing anything for the right-hander, therefore protect the boundary and put your man in the covers.
Right, deep third is pretty fine actually, very fine. Now I look at it, Phil Salt, and there's a deep backward square leg as Simo Ayub faces his first ball. Archer into him, wide outside the off stump. There's a little twitch from the umpire there. His arm just moved slightly, but then went back by his side, and it sails into the gloves of Butler. So far, we're trying to read the runes. Can't really tell at the moment. It doesn't feel like as pacey a pitch as the one on which we saw Travis Head and Mitchell Marsh go berserk the other day.
I think they were just
too good.
The anomaly.
Yeah.
Nobody else could really score. Although I suppose Sri Lanka did chase down the 180 very convincingly. I keep forgetting about that wicket. I keep thinking about the other one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Underlines it gets later on in the day when it skip on a bit more. Will there be dew? All these as this is all well played. Disastrously by Simo Ayub. He gets away with it. The ball has nipped a long way into the gloves of Butler across the bows of the left-hander who I need to see this on replay to understand what kind of shot he's thinking of playing. He was thinking of knocking the top off an egg, but that's not really the way to play that ball. No. He just sort of tried to tuck it into the onside. Lucky not to get a leading edge and have the ball just go straight up in the air.
He'd have been better trying to flat about that into mid-wicket, I reckon.
Yeah, at the moment, so far, the batters have looked, can I say, suspicious at what the ball is doing off this pitch. And Jofra Archer has got a big beaming grin. He's in again. Simo Ayub comes down a wicket, slices it away, over deep backward point, one bounce four. So that's the answer. Don't stay in the crease, just hurl yourself at Archer, and Pakistan are underway properly with that boundary. 5 off the first over, 4 to Simo Ayub, 1 to Saib Zarafan.
Jofra Archer won't mind that. And I think with that and with the way that the two openers have played, you're probably going to go see him again. I know England went Will Jacks in the power play the other day, but it's just doing a little bit. It's nipping across. Jofra Archer angling the ball across the left-hander, but there's no reason why Overton can't do the same now. And then I guess it is a bit of that risk-reward now when you've got Jamie Overton, a different bowler. Jofra Archer's, for me, a class above Overton.
Well, he's class above most, isn't he, really? I mean, you put him in that bracket just below Bumrah alongside the likes of, Kagiso Rabada's got a much bigger CV, but that's largely because Archer has had so many injuries, but he provides that kind of potential, doesn't he? In and around that sort of area. Marco Janssens, in the plural, always. There's always more than one of them. Right, Jamie Overton is going to bowl. It's not going to be Will Jacks. It's a different pitch, different conditions, different batters. In comes Overton, and fine. Cuts away down to deep backward point, or deep point really, in front of square, and it's gone for 4. A poor ball, a loosener, short, wide, outside the off stump, and thrashed away. And that's just a hit-me ball.
Yeah, it's not good. Not a good delivery. It has gone away from Farhan, but it's not a good ball. It's short, wide, outside the off stump, and a little bit of meat and drink. Thank you very much.
You love that ball, don't you?
Yeah.
As a batter, that's exactly what you want. But you can forgive a bowler. It's a loosener. It did go just a little bit behind square, and he deliberately played as an uppercut, but almost as a back foot drive more than an actual cut, as Overton's in again, dabbed into the offside, fielded at point. There's no run. So I wonder if we'll probably see Jackson a power play, you'd imagine, towards the back end, try and squeeze an over. Intriguingly enough, in the last game, Jofra Archer bowled 3, Jacks bowled 3, just kept the same bowlers on through the power play, which is very unusual to see.
Well, because Sri Lanka just kept going, here, have another wicket.
Thank you.
Here, have another one. A one for you, a one for you.
Gratefully received. Overton in, pulled down towards deep backward square. It'll just be the one down to Bethel, who's fielding out there in the deep, 10 without loss. And so far, hearing a bit of noise from the Pakistan fans, such as there is a contingent making a bit of noise. It's a trifle echoey out there, isn't it?
Yeah. I like this sort of atmosphere though, when it's quiet but loud enough. I mean, I love it when it's heaving, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I would much prefer an empty stadium. No, obviously not. But there's enough people in.
Yeah, there's enough to give it something, yeah. As Overton's into Ayub, who clips this away nicely off the pads. Fielder's got a lot of work to do out in the deep square leg, now deep mid-wicket boundary, having moved that far. Salt, and they get back for a couple of runs. It's one of the features the other day. We didn't see very many twos, not from England or Sri Lanka, and this is a ground that has yielded some twos. It's not the biggest, it's not as big as the Premadasa or the SSC, but it's a little bit bigger.
Third biggest?
I think so.
Must be.
Yeah, I think when we were given the measurements, it was up there.
Or Ahmedabad, is that a bit bigger?
Ahmedabad, yeah, might be. Tucked off the pads, but into the ground and back to Overton, who fields in his follow-through. This next ball, there's no run. 12 without loss, Pakistan.
It's funny, isn't it? When I think of Jamie Overton, I don't think of him as a 90-mile-an-hour bowler. That one was 90 miles an hour.
Oh, my goodness, I've just seen the...
Yeah.
The one before was even quicker, 91.
Yeah. But you don't think of him as that, do you?
Well, you know, when he burst on the scene, that's what he was supposed to be, but didn't really materialise, it felt. But, yeah, that was 145 kilometres an hour, the last ball. That's down the leg side, will be a wide. The ball before that was 146, so he is getting his speeds up higher than Archer. That was a much slower ball.
That one wasn't
79 miles an hour, that ball. Pakistan 13 without loss. What are you reading from this pitch so far? They're showing it on our monitor here.
Well, I don't know. Is that the pitch or is that AI?
Looks a bit grubby. Is that AI?
Because,
maybe it is. Well,
because watch, when it gets to the crease line, I know this is bad radio, but it's a cartoon.
Right. Overton in, driven into the offside of thick outside half of the bat, down towards deep backward point. Bethel makes a bit of a fumble. There's a couple of fumbles we've had today, but he's recovered well enough. 14 without loss, 9 off that over. 2 overs have gone. Apparently it's a CGI interpretation of the pitch.
So it's not real?
Well, why not just...
What's the point?
Why not just have a camera? Spider cam could just go over the top of it, couldn't it?
What's the point?
What's the point, Alex?
Here's what we think the pitch looks like.
When you've got an actual pitch there,
yeah.
Why not use the actual? It's a bit like when they had the captains and the bus photo.
Yeah.
And they chose to show picture of not the captains.
Do you know what they'll do next time?
Rather than the actual captains.
They'll be like, oh, captains are too busy warming up. Here's what we think the captains would have done at the toss.
Soon it'll all be virtual reality. You're turning into an old person like me.
We won't be here.
Oh, in my day, you had real players.
I don't want AI taking
play. He continues to be the leading light in the power play in this tournament, and he has made the breakthrough, the big one of Saim Ayub. It was short, but not quite as short perhaps as Saim Ayub hoped. He toe-ended it. It was a simple catch to Bethel as he ran in from deep backward square and took the easiest of catches. Breakthrough for England, Pakistan 14 for 1.
He's Jofra Archer into peculiar fielding positions, and he's just not got bat on ball, and this time a quicker delivery from Jofra Archer. It's probably a little bit too close to him to pull, and he sort of ended up tucking it around the corner.
Yeah, so it sort of felt like it came onto him quicker than he was thinking as well. Look, it might be that it's hard to sort of gauge the pace of the pitch. I'm finding it a little bit hard to gauge the pace of the pitch because it hasn't come through quite as I'm expecting as I'm looking for up this vantage point. So if you're batting 22 yards away, it must be tough. But Archer, he's done it again. And this is why he's such an important weapon for England, isn't it?
What's his celebration, though? Do we know what his celebration is?
Well, we'll try and describe it for you. It's like he's making an inverted C. Yeah, because C would be the other way around, wouldn't it? But is he using the right hand? Yeah, I think it is a C. He's doing it with his left hand, is he?
I don't know. I don't know which hand he's doing. I'm not looking that close.
Well, one would be C and the other would be most of a D. Anyway, enough of that. Sarwan Aliaga, Pakistan skipper, has come out to bat. It's facing up to Archer with a slip in place. Here is Archer. And he strikes him on the glove. A sharp delivery that comes bouncing, nipping back into him. We've seen this a few times. Now Archer, he's bowled 8 balls and a few of them are really nipping off the seam. And that's taken Salman a little bit by surprise. It just rolled out into the offside and was fielded at point.
Well, he got a little bit too much on that there, did Salman Aliaga, because it came off his chest.
Yes.
Had it come off him, I think that would have gone straight to Jamie Overton in the slips, but it's come off his sternum.
It's entirely good from you. It's entirely defeated him for pace, that. I haven't got the speed of that. They're not coming up on our screen at the moment. As he swings a wide one outside the off stump, Josh Butler takes it nonchalantly with one hand as the ball was sort of swinging towards Jamie Overton at first slip. Not a wide. That moved prodigiously. Archer is really getting it to happen out there at the moment. Right, so we didn't get a speed for the second ball. That last ball, 147.8. So England are really cranking their paces up between Overton and Archer. 91 miles an hour was the first ball that took the wicket. 92 and a bit was that last delivery. We don't have the speed gun for the second ball, but that was quick too, because it really took Salman Aliaga by surprise. Archer's in and looks to whack this ball into the offside. He gets a thick inside half of the bat. It just goes to short square leg, but they'll get a run. So he's tied it up by Tom Banton. 15 for 1. A slow, problematic start for Pakistan, but a very energised one from England. The two pace bowlers are really cranking it up here. And they're getting a bit of help from the surface. If anything, might re-energise Shaheen Shah Afridi. Maybe he's looking at this going, oh, there might be something here for me.
Well, he needs something.
It does, doesn't it?
Not had a great tournament, has he?
No.
I feel for him in a way, but he's come in shy of cricket and he's just not looked at his best.
As Archer is in. Oh, big swing. Horrible hack inside edge 4 past the diving Adil Rashid. He's up inside the circle at short wide. That is I was going to say a repulsive shot. It's a thoroughly unpleasant looking shot. We completely lost all balance and shape, and it's a sort of a shot of a man off 146 km/h ball who doesn't really know what to do with Archer here. I mean, there is a bit of foot movement insofar as one foot made its way towards a square leg umpire, but Archer can smile, but inside he'll be furious.
Oh no, he was not happy, but he's bowling absolute rockets out there.
He is. He's in again. Now he's got hold of this, has he? It's gone high in the air, and he's well, a great diving effort out of deep square leg by Phil Salt, but he can't get there. He had a lot of ground to make from what was really long leg round to deep square leg. He dived, stuck out a left hand, it wouldn't stick. That is a fine shot from Farhan. 23 for 1, 2 fours off the last 2 balls, has just injected a bit of life into this Pakistan innings. 23 for 1 off 3 overs, but Archer, as Alex Hartley said, is bowling absolute rockets. Oh, he got so close. So
close to that was Phil Salt. It's an unbelievable effort. I mean, it's one of those where he's just flung himself at the ball. Jofra Archer applauds that bit of fielding, not the one before the misfield from Adil Rashid, but that one he says, yeah, you know what, fair play, I've been hit before, but what a good effort.
I think that's a bit harsh on Adil Rashid. He's 38 years old.
He's still got to be an athlete to play cricket.
Yeah, he did sort of fall over a little bit, but yeah. Now Dawson's coming into the attack. Interesting, I wondered if they might continue with Overton having got that pace up, but now they're going to change the pace.
It looked different though, didn't it? It looked easier.
Yeah.
It looked more playable.
Well, Archer's just looked fantastic. His figures of 1 for 14 don't do him justice, because
Two streaky fours.
Two streaky fours, aren't there? The one through third off Saeem Ayub, and then that one through fine leg. There's only one that's really been connected with. Dawson is into Salman. Left arm round the wicket, flicked away in the air out towards deep mid-wicket. Fielder after it will chase it. Oh no, my goodness, Jacob Bethel. It must be slippy out there. He's conceded 4. Let's start with that. But he got to the ball, he tried to knock it back, but has ended up parrying it backwards. If you can imagine, this is quite hard to do, actually.
Jacob Bethel is one of the best fielders in the world, and he's slid round for that, and he's flicked it into his leg and kicked it for 4.
Yeah, seeing it again, it's come off the knee, back onto his hand, which was trying to flick the ball, and then back off that hand, back onto the boundary sponge. Right, a sweep will pick out short fine leg. It bounces off Adil Rashid. There's no run. 27 for 1. Observation here. Nobody's fielding the ball very cleanly today. I wonder if it's a bit slippier than we might be imagining.
Well, we've not had the Dew camera.
I had the Dew camera, but
No.
everybody's just a bit mal-coordinated at the moment. And that's unusual, as you say. Jacob Bethel, one of the better fielders in the world, so I don't know what's going on there. Right, gives himself room, drives in the air, down towards, long off, who takes a fabulous catch, Jamie Overton. Running in off the boundary, dives forward, takes it an inch off the ground. The big fast bowler of Dawson has the wicket of the Pakistan captain. Terrific bit of athleticism. Didn't quite get hold of it. It made a slightly clunky noise off the bat. It held up a bit. Dawson saw Salman advancing. He went through with the shot, didn't get the elevation, didn't quite get the distance, and Overton has done very well diving forward to take that. Once he got there, he'd have hoped to take it, but it was all in the movement, all in the getting there. We've just been talking about how fielding a bit sloppy. Well, that wasn't. That was a super grab from Overton. Pakistan at 27 for 2.
Yeah, great grab. But as Salman Ali Agha tries to hit that ball down the ground, he comes down out the crease, gives himself room outside the leg stump, and as he hits the ball, his bat twists in his hand, so he doesn't quite get hold of it, which is why Jamie Overton had so much ground to cover as well. Had he not been such an athlete, it probably would have just been a one bounce straight to the fielder.
Well, we saw a couple refuse the other day. What was it?
Oh, that annoyed me.
Was it Sri Lanka? Yeah, that did annoy you.
Yeah, it did.
I wondered if we were going to need to, get the towel out and start fanning you down because you were
furious. It was Camille Misra down here.
Yeah, Bashara, yeah.
Well,
right. Babar Azam has come in. This is a man who is, by some distance, the leading run scorer in T20 internationals, and he is under enormous pressure. It doesn't matter that he's a leading run scorer. The eyes are on him. As he comes forward and works his first ball with great control to short, mid, on. He gets a run and gets off the mark. And just from what I've seen of the pitch so far, Alex, be interested in your thoughts. This might be where Barber can play his natural game, and it might actually be helpful for him.
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. He could, if his strike rate could be
125,
125. Finish with 135, maybe get them up to a decent score.
28 for 2. As Farhan is back on strike, facing up to Dawson. He comes forward and works the ball into the onside around that front pad, finds a little gap to the left of Curran at square leg and takes the single. 29 for 2.
We also didn't see Sam Curran bowl here the other night, did we, on a surface that would probably suit his slower balls?
Yes, I wonder if this might feels it's got a bit in it for him. Here's Dawson. Barber just defends the ball slightly gingerly on the front foot, and they take no run as Butler tidies up. So 4 gone. Pakistan 29 for 2. The 2 men gone. If you're just joining us, Saim Ayub gone for 7. Jofra Archer doing for him as he looked to pull off a ball that came onto him too quickly for him, and all he could do was spoon it to the incoming Jacob Bethel at square leg. And Salman Ali Agha, the skipper, who in that over has just been caught off the bowling of Liam Dawson. Really good catch from Jamie Overton in the deep and long off. He does have fabulous hands. He fields it slip county cricket a lot because he's, as they say, he can catch flies.
It's got buckets for hands.
What do you do with the fly when you've caught it?
Just let it go. We had Deandra Dotson once just catch a bumblebee.
Really?
Just let it go. It was buzzing around the team and she just went, thank you, and then threw it somewhere else.
Didn't sting her?
Yeah.
On the subject of insects, I was sitting outside the breakfast lounge the other day and I saw this, what looked like an ant, as Archer runs in. Started his 3rd over. He's not coming off yet. First ball is pulled round the corner down to deep square leg for a single. And it was making terrific progress round one of those, tower ashtrays.
Yeah.
You sometimes see it was going all the way round the 4 sides of the top. And it got me thinking, we fixate over our step count. How many steps does an ant do an average day? I mean, I'm going to say a lot, but as I was having this conversation with my wife, we tried to determine if you've got 4 legs, does it count as half the steps, or is each step just back and forth? As Archer is in. Oh, now pull back past Archer with no timing, very clunkily by Barber, and gets away with it. It wasn't that far away from Archer's right hands. It went slowly to a straight mid-on. They take a single, 31 for 2.
It's amazing where the conversations go when you've been together 30 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the question is, millipedes.
How many steps
Are they doing 1,000 with each step? Because I'm not having that. So she was having that, I'm not. That's one step as far as I'm concerned. Just all the legs come behind
it. It's all different legs.
Yeah, but it's just one step forward, isn't it? That's my view. Sticking to it. Archer in, clunked again. Another strapple again, not really timed. It's running up, what, about 10 or 15 yards beyond the inner ring, and they'll just take a single. So both Barbara and Farhan are trying to sort of flat back Archer here, but the ball's rushing them. That last one, well, the one before was 140, so going much more slowly this time.
Oh, maybe not.
I don't know. Just see the replay of that.
Maybe not.
Might be bat first.
Might be the thickest of thick inside edges, and
between the legs.
Yeah.
A sort of not very well executed nutmeg, almost.
So quick, 148 kilometres an hour.
Archer in again, pulled through mid-wicket. That'll be 4. Great shot from Barber. This time he has got hold of it. That was the slowest ball of the lot, pretty much 144. So it's still nearly 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, but he's gone pace on, hasn't he? And maybe just come a little bit too predictable there for Babar Azam. And this one more hittable. Yeah. Just short, comes up to hip height and just tucks it into the leg side. But Jofra Archer is bowling really nicely here.
It's a nice height, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not really climbing much on this pitch. The bounce is a little bit low. You'd say last ball of the 5th over, Archer in. And Barber guides this away nicely. That's going to be 4 more. He's guided it to the right of the short third. So it's happened twice now to Archer. A couple of 4s off the last 2 balls of the over. 11 off it. His figure's 1 for 25. Slightly belying the pace and brilliance. The last ball, the fastest of the lot, 148.7 kilometres an hour. But I imagine he will now come off. Pakistan, after 5, going nicely 40, not so nicely for 2. More from Alex Hartley, and then it will be Atif Nawaz.
Yeah, I think it's funny old scorecard that. England deserve those 2 wickets. Pakistan have done pretty well to get 40 on the board. I think Jofra Archer has bowled brilliantly. They've managed to use his pace in the last couple of overs and get him away. A couple of streaky boundaries here and there, an inside edge, a misfield, one off Dawson there for 4. So even Stevens at this moment.
Yeah, well, it's been an interesting back and forth game so far. I would say on balance, England have performed significantly better. Really good stuff from Jofra Archer thus far, although those 2 boundaries from Barber will create hope for Pakistan. Here's Dawson in for his 2nd over. A little bit short, cut nicely, but good stop at backward point will prevent any runs. I think everybody's sort of waiting now for that battle between Adil Rashid and Babar Azam again. Adil Rashid's at the wool over Barber for a long time, but he's played a couple of nice boundaries already. Both these batters under different kinds of pressure. As Dawson in once more, Farhan drives, but only as far as extra cover for no run. See, I would say that, Alex, there's 2 things that are happening right now. There's Saibzada Farhan potentially playing for a 100 contract here. You won't get a better shot window playing against England.
Yeah.
And Babar Azam batting almost for reputation, really, after a quite scathing review from Mike Hesson in a press conference where he sort of said he's not really any good to us in the power play. He's not really good for us in the middle overs.
Why is he picking him then?
Well, that's a question, isn't it? But
surely that was the follow-up question from the journalist.
Maybe it's negative reinforcement. Who knows? Here's Dawson into Farhan, who works this ball off his pads out towards the gap in the leg side. Adil Rashid giving chase as the ball trickles towards the boundary and gets there. I thought he'd managed to chase that down, but the ball just kicked on off the outfield and got to the boundary. That's another one for Saibzada Farhan. 21 off 14 for him. Pakistan 44 for 2.
I feel a little bit for Babar as well, because he's come off the BBL, hasn't he? And he had a horror show there, and there's a lot of people have been talking about him. He's not very good at T20 cricket anymore, and, you know, he's playing an old school style again. But Babar Azam in the PSL, he's great in the power play.
He certainly is. As Liam Dawson into Farhan. This is short. Farhan mistimes a cut shot. Only gets it as far as extra cover. Good piece of fielding. Prevents the run. Saibzada Farhan, currently the top run scorer in this World Cup, although all of his runs have come against Namibia, the USA and the Netherlands, so there'll be those who say he needs to put in a performance against one of the big teams. 0 for him against India. Dawson in. Swept hard by Farhan in front of square on the leg side this time. Fielder's running around from mid-wicket. Terrific sliding effort from Jacob Bethel. He's had one fumble a little bit earlier on that was embarrassing, but this was Jacob Bethel at his athletic best. Threw himself at the ball, got the throwback, 2 for Pakistan, 46 for 2 after 5.5.
That's just so funny, isn't it? Like, just such a good bit of fielding. Like, I just sometimes just think, how? How has he done that?
And he's extraordinary on the outfield. Jacob Bethel. Dawson's bowled a good over so far, just 6 off it. Can he finish strong? His ball's played straight to square leg. That's a dot ball, so a good finish from Dawson. He's bowled 2 overs, 1 for 12. The end of the power play, Pakistan 46 for 2 after 6 overs. If you're just joining us, Pakistan won the toss, opted to bat first. Harry Brook, England's captain, said, I probably would have done the same thing. We do think it's a nice track for batting, but earlier Jofra Archer really got the ball to fly, just really zip off the surface, bowled some serious pace, upwards of 90 miles an hour on a regular basis, and managed to pick up a wicket as well.
I've not seen the numbers, but that's one of the quickest spells I've seen in bowl for a while.
Yeah, almost every delivery was over 90 miles per hour, so he was really, really getting the ball to carry through. I can see Mike Hesson at the moment making his way over to the Pakistani batters. And now he's chatting to Babar. I wonder what he's going to say to Babar Azam, considering his assessment
You
of
are useless. Get on with it.
And Babar is just having one of those hydration gels. I'm not sure if... So I know that there's a number of players in this Pakistan team who are practicing during Ramadan. They're fasting during Ramadan. We don't know which ones, but some of them are. And,
I mean, that's just serious commitment, isn't it?
It is.
There are allowances during tournaments, aren't there?
Well, you can make up time later and things like that if you have a reasonable reason not to be.
Yeah.
And I think if you're representing your country in an elite sporting contest, although, Moeen Ali, who's upstairs somewhere, he's clearly fasted while playing for England before.
So,
and don't mean to brag, Alex, I did do a couple of Ks on the treadmill today myself while fasting, so... Although I enjoyed a lovely iftar upstairs earlier.
Did you?
Oh yeah, the Pallacali ground. They put on a lovely pesto pasta.
Oh, I'll be going right up there.
I love a good pesto pasta.
As soon as Matt Henry... Oh, I had a pesto pizza for lunch, so...
The pesto pasta really banged.
Pesto pasta,
as the
pesto
kids say,
pizza.
As the kids say, it slapped. It slapped. Right, 3 bowlers used by England so far in the power play. It was dope. 3 overs from Jofra Archer on the bounce. 1 for 25 his figures. But it really doesn't do justice to the fierceness of his spell. Jamie Overton's bowled 1 over, 0 for 9. And Liam Dawson's bowled 2 overs, 1 for 12. As Sam Curran is at the top of his run to bowl the first over after the power play. The 2 batters to fall for Pakistan. Saim Ayub, runner ball 7 for him. Looked a little bit scratchy today. Didn't seem to have any answers to the pace of Jofra Archer. And then Pakistan's captain, Salman Ali Aga, also dismissed by Liam Dawson. Just spooned a catch up in the end. Spectacular catch, has to be said, but still a disappointing dismissal for Pakistan's captain. The catch was taken by Jamie Overton. Now, Babar is on 10 off 6. Sahibzada Farhan, 23 off 17. Pakistan 46 for 2 after 6 overs. If England win this match, they'll have 1 foot and 4 toes in the semi-final. Pakistan really need a win here to keep their hopes alive. Sri Lanka fans, they won't know what to think of this because they'll want a game in Colombo for the semi-finals.
But they'll want it to be Sri Lanka.
But they'll want it to be Sri Lanka. Here's Sam Curran into Babar Azam, guided by Babar, but only as far as backward point. There's no run. Direct hit at the keeper's end, and it's going to result in an overthrow or 2. In fact, there's going to be 2 overthrows there. Bit of an unnecessary throw there, has to be said by the fielder.
Liam Dawson, I think
Liam Dawson maybe getting a little bit carried away. Yeah, sorry, I should say England will have 2 feet in the semi-final. They will qualify if they go through. Thank you very much, Jack. But yeah, just a needless throw there from Dawson because Babar was comfortably home and alive to the situation. The Pakistani batters ran 2 overthrows, 48 for 2 off 6.1.
Annoying as a bowler, that, isn't it?
Oh yeah, they both go against Curran's name as well, don't they?
Oh, Sam Curran didn't bowl the other night here against Sri Lanka. Wasn't needed.
And he comes from wide of the crease, short, and Babar drives just wide of Harry Brook at mid-off. They'll get through for a quick single. There's a great luxury for England in this World Cup. So many options with the ball. Started with both seamers today, gone conventional based on the surface. But just looking at that spell from Jofra Archer, that first over to Saim Ayub, everything was in excess of 140 kilometers per hour. And that last one over 145, which means 90 miles per hour.
Yeah, it looked too quick for him as well. He bowled a few deliveries over 90 miles an hour.
A lot of Sri Lankan fans in the stadium today. They're all supporting England. They're very fond of Pakistan. I mean, we've seen a lot of Sri Lankans who quite like Pakistan, but they're looking to England to be their saviours in terms of qualification for this semi-final stage. Slower ball from Curran, well watched by Farhan, who in the end just sort of drives down to long on with Tom Banton fields. They take a single. 50 up for Pakistan, 50 for 2 off 6.3 overs.
Well, this is the thing with Sam Curran. He's obviously got his pace on deliveries, and he's got a variety of slower balls as well. So he started with an off-cutter, which was about 115 kilometres an hour, and then that one was the one where he sits it deep in his hand and it comes out at 80 kilometres per hour.
Yeah, very, very slow, his slower ball. He's just making a change to his field as well. Fine leg is coming up inside the circle. The Jofra Archer just running up. Third is still back as Curran in. Driven off a thick inside edge onto his pads by Barber. Back to the bowler, no run. That was a pace-on delivery from Sam Curran that time. Interesting. So there's a deep backward square leg in place. Long on, long off, although the fielder's at long off has just changed. He's not going off, is he? No, he's just going deep on the boundary. And there's a deep extra cover and a deep third in position as well for Curran. Babar Azam has more runs against England in T20 cricket than any other player. Curran in, driven by Barber out towards deep extra cover. They'll jog through for a single. It's not surprising, really. They play a lot of cricket against each other.
They do play a lot of cricket against each other. I'd love to know that win ratio as well.
Of when?
So I know how many wins Pakistan have had against England,
9.
but against everybody else as well.
Ah, yes. Well, I know Babar Azam still, for all his flaws, holds the title of top run scorer in T20 cricket around the world. It's Farhan who's on strike as Curran is in from wide of the crease. Farhan drives fiercely, hard down the ground, long on, running round, ain't going to get there. Jamie Overton is as quick as anyone, but couldn't get to the ball in time. Has a boundary to finish the over for Saibzada Farhan. He's on to 28 of 19. Pakistan 55 for 2 after 7 overs. As World Cup winner Alex Hartley's going to take a little break, and the BBC Sport website's Matt Henry is going to come in alongside me. And, if you haven't had a chance, I highly recommend reading a couple of Matt's pieces on the website right now. Superb stuff, if I do say so myself, Matt.
Very kind, thank you.
That's very good, very informative, very well written. You're going to have to get a piece together tonight, and I'm buttering you up, Matt, because I want you to write up your write-up as quick as possible tonight so we can go home.
Get a taxi back. It's a late finish. I've already grumbled about the late finishes in this tournament once already. This is England's first 7 p.m. start local time for a while, so
well,
press conferences won't be done till 11 p.m. I guess. I appreciate many people won't enjoy hearing me getting my violin out to moan about the hard work of a cricket journalist.
You've got a dream job, man. Dream job. Right, Adil Rashid is coming into the attack. He's got a slip in place straight away for Babar Azam. Short one down the leg side. Babar doesn't get a hold of it, but it will be a wide. And I like this from Harry Brook, just putting pressure on. He's acutely aware of that record that Adil Rashid has against Babar Azam. Often dismisses him. And so keeping that slip in for a bit of extra pressure. 56 for 2. Rashid in. Better length this time. Babar dabs the ball back to the bowler. There is no run.
I don't think we've seen quite as much turn as the other day.
No.
I wouldn't say so far. Which makes me think England have probably got the better balanced team, especially if some dew comes along. They've got more seam bowlers. Pakistan very spin heavy.
Rashid into Babar again. Back of a length this time. Allows Babar to go deep in his crease and work this ball out towards mid-wicket for a single. Score moving on to 57 for 2. You've written a lot about the 100 recently, Matt, and the sort of permutations for Pakistani players, but an opportunity like no other right now. You're playing against England. Make your case, right?
Yeah, definitely. Farhan spoke about it yesterday to us. We asked a couple of questions of him, what it's like, what he thinks of the current situation with the Indian owners.
Rashid in. This is short, and Farhan pulls this ball away. There's a fielder in position at deep backward square leg, so it'll just be a single. He's annoyed with himself, Farhan, because he timed it. He fancies his chances for a contract, does he?
He's hopeful, I think, obviously. There's a scenario where he's only available for 4 of the teams, if what's being reported.
Here's Rashid into Babar again. Flicks this ball in front of square on the leg side. Bit of a chase on here. They should be able to get back for 2, and they do. Good running by this pair. Pakistan just ticking along at the moment. 60 for 2 off 7.4. No fireworks as such, but this partnership quietly consolidating. 33 off 26 balls. Yeah, if you want to know more about that story, BBC Sport website, you'll see the articles there. Matt wrote it, and it's very, very informative. Here's Adil Rashid, no slip now, as Barbara goes on the back foot, chips that ball out towards mid-wicket. On the bounce, it's picked up by Jacob Bethel. Another single to the score. Just feels as though these two batters happy to just play within themselves a little bit for now. Pakistan going a tick under 8 and over.